Moin, moin and hello ladies and gentlemen, Don Spector here today with a review of a category of product I have not yet reviewed on this channel. We are looking at a DAP and we are looking at the, I think, smallest DAP you can buy at the moment, the Shanling M0 Pro. If you're asking why they have written M0 Pro in Comic Sans and normal, I don't know, but yeah, we are taking a look at a DAP today and yeah, find out if this high-res audio and high-res audio wireless actually is working. So that's the packaging, and yeah, it does definitely look unique. And this orange here I've also not seen in many products. And removing the outer layer here, you can see, yeah, that is also a bit shiny. And you have a bit of specification at the back. Out of the picture that goes, which brings us to the inside. Bright orange, as I said. Life is short, play more. I don't know how to play with a DAP, but okay, that's by the point. Then M0 Pro would be in here, and here you get the accessories, which you can see directly tore off when I try to remove it, because that shit is actually relatively tight in here. And as accessories, you only get a USB-C cable. Remove it. Yeah, I have not been needing to use this USB-C cable because I have enough around here. And yeah, that is kind of it. Like, there's not more accessories. Actually, there's your manual here, but there's no other accessories that would be useful, right? So that's it. And this is already the first complaint I have about the accessory package. The M0 Pro, here the device, has some problem because this has 3.5, but it's 3.5 balanced. Well, ain't no adapter. No, there's no adapter included with it. So this is the first problem that is a big oopsie on Shanling's side. Quite a few reviewers actually got the 3.5 balanced adapter, and they should definitively put it in here because there's basically no other device out there that uses 3.5 balanced, because actually IEMs use 3.5 balanced. That means you would buy an adapter just for one DAP and one DAP alone. And this isn't even a cheap DAP. So, doesn't make much sense to me, and I really think this is a highly wasted opportunity of Shanling to provide you with what you need in the package, because yeah, I have not tried this balanced, and I won't, because I'm not paying $20 for an adapter for a device that's like $100. That's totally useless, like absolutely not. So that means packaging accessories overall not very good because yeah, the adapter is missing, and the leather case that you can get with it occasionally is fine. It's like this fake leather, as you can see, it's relatively thin. More has a bit thicker backing here, and it is okay made. Like, it does get the job done, but you can see here it's already like losing its coating after just, yeah, not even a few months of usage. And that means it's okay. Like, you also don't have any clipping here, so there's more wasted opportunities. Overall, not good, but okay. Next, build quality. Let me remove the M0 Pro from its casing so we can actually look at the build. That's the device. Comes with an installed screen protector, and I think you got another screen protector as the accessories with it. So that's good. And yeah, this is aluminium all around here. This is aluminium here and here. And this feels generally reasonably enough made. Like, I have no big complaints here. At the bottom you get the USB-C and the 3.5, and the SD card slot, which has a dust protection, which I do appreciate. That's really nice to have. And you have this like plexiglass, whatever here. It's no real glass, at least I don't think it is. It doesn't feel like that. But it is well integrated, and where the seams to my finger or to my fingernail, to be more specific, is barely noticeable at all. Tolerance is really good around this device. And on the front here, the display. And yeah, as I said, screen protector integrated. That is nice to have because yeah, where else will you get screen protector on this size? And then at the side, scroll wheel, which generally I think should have a bit more resistance. More about that later on, but gets the job done, and it also doubles as the on and off switch and as a button, as you can hear here. The button press point actually is fine. I don't have many complaints about that. And I think last but not least, noteworthy here, the aluminium casing here, it has like these grooves, so you can actually grab it a bit better. That's working fine. It's just a tiny bit sharp all around the corners, like not exactly like sharp, but it gets to a point where I'm like, actually, if you hold this for longer terms, that will not be so comfortable. A tiny bit smoother would probably be a better choice here. But overall, build quality, honestly, is pretty good, especially at this price. I don't have many complaints. Next, let's talk about connectivity and power. And as I alluded before, yeah, problematic is the jack here. So you're also limited in terms of what you can use, because only it's 3.5, nothing else. And yeah, the adapter is missing. So I've been only running 3.5 of this, and that generally worked fine. You should be getting, wait, what did I note here? 230 milliwatts at 32 ohm, which kind of is in the same realm as all of the other devices that use the ES9219C DAC chip. Basically all of them have the same power output or very close to it, so that's fine. Generally means in terms of power, you should be able to drive most of your IEMs of this, like without any issues. I think maximum where I think you could gain a bit more would be something like the KZ PR2 and maybe also PR3. Those, in my opinion, scale a bit, need a bit more power, but everything else is absolutely fine with this. And I did have no issue with basically all of my IEMs here. And yeah, other than that, connectivity wise, you do get Bluetooth. I actually forgot to note which Bluetooth version. Doesn't really matter that much because it supports LDAC and aptX, which means, yep, if you just support LDAC on your smartphone, you do have high-res Bluetooth audio and it just doubles as a Bluetooth receiver. So I really like that feature, especially with a DAP that is like literally just disappears in my hand. If I open it, it's gone. Compared to a dongle, let me just get the Hibi FC4 in here, because that's what I have around here. You can see it's like 60% of the height and about 120% of the depth overall. So that means you can easily flop this in your pocket and you will not notice it. It's just gone. It's like the other small Bluetooth receivers, really good in terms of the portability. And last but not least, let's quickly talk about the battery life here. They claim, and I quote here, up to 14.5 hours. I don't really think that's true. Like honestly, 8 hours or so in like regular usage where you just scroll around occasionally, change the song, search for a song, go through your big library. Yeah, display needs to be on at that. Like maybe in pure playtime and low volume, it could manage that, but honestly, realistically, it's like 8 hours or something like that. Definitely far from 14.5 what they claim it has. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much it about connectivity and power. Next, let's come to usability. This chapter usually is a bit longer because I have some problems with it generally in terms of how usable it is in day-to-day life. But the M0 Pro actually does most things very well. Like Bluetooth connectivity absolutely works flawless. SD card playback, no problems. USB audio on my computer or laptop, absolutely no issue as well. So in day-to-day usage here, really, I have no complaints. Like this just worked fine, which is honestly a big surprise after the last Shanling product, the UA2 that I had that, yeah. We don't talk about the UA2 here. Maybe I still will make a video about it because I still have it again in original packaging, but yeah, it's sorry for another video. And yeah, I think before we come to a verdict, let me scroll a bit in my notes. Oh, we still need to talk about sound and software. First, let's start with software, I would say. And I would say there's some room for improvement here. Because while the software generally works well enough, and we just turn it on for you, yeah, it does not support a real parametric EQ. You are stuck with 10-band EQ, and there ain't even that many options there as well. But it generally seems to work fine for me, and the biggest problem maybe might be the volume wheel here, because you definitively need to activate the volume lock in the settings when you get it. Otherwise, you drop it in your pocket and it will definitively exchange your change the volume like this, like go up, go down. Because otherwise, when you just have it in your pocket and volume lock is not active, it just does that. So go into settings, activate volume lock. And yeah, other than that, it seemed to work fine. There is an issue if you scroll a bit. You could see it now, like here, let me go to probably, let's go back, let's go to artist would be a good exception here. Like sometimes it just, yeah, like I just do a bit and you see it keeps scrolling a bit too fast. Like you shouldn't give me this fast of a scroll. it's just a bit difficult to use, and especially if you just go to songs. Songs here, open all. Yeah, for instance, like this. Yeah, see how far it's going, like, it's a bit too fast. And I would like to be able to reduce the scroll speed a bit to just have it a bit generally working better. Other than that, yeah, you have most of the functionalities you want to have. You can play, you can of course pause, you have, yeah, you can search by artist, you can search by an album, you can add favorites, you can recently played, most played, you can playlist, you can shuffle, repeat a song, repeat an album. Yeah, and you can change at least a few shortcuts on the wheel here, not many, so there would be improvement potentially either, as well, I mean. And yeah, standby timer, the theme can be changed, lock screen can be changed. So generally, it's fine, like, there isn't too many problems with the software here. And next, let's talk about sound. Let me just, again, go just here. So this is Venator Power of the Purple Flame. And actually, this is just coincidence here, because, yeah, by the UA2 I had, actually didn't do so well generally. It was fine, but not very great. The UP5 was good, and here the M0 Pro actually is also good. Like, honestly, it is a bit worse than the UP5 in that regard, but it is an absolutely well-sounding DAP here, and especially at this price point, you won't really notice much difference to the other ES9219C chips. They basically all sound the same. They're not too colored. Most of them rather neutral. The UP5, for instance, I think is a touch softer generally, but still pleasant. And this one is kind of in the same realm. Like, it is relatively neutral, and you could say probably a touch softer than other implementations on the BTR5, for instance. But it's okay. Like, it's relatively close to neutral, and there ain't many complaints here. It works fine with basically all low impedance IEMs or like easy to drive IEMs on here. And yeah, it just works. And that brings me to the conclusion. Yeah, with small DAP comes great responsibility, right? Yeah, thus this DAP is actually pretty damn good. And it works fine as really everything you can use with it. As I said, it's like small problems with the missing 3.5 adapter here, so you can't use it balanced. And the software also could use a bit of improvement, but generally this is working well for all of the use cases like Bluetooth, USB audio, just playing music with it, or from the SD card. Everything worked flawlessly for me. And yeah, minus of course the standard problem of most DAPs and smartphones. You can't replace the battery. So in like a couple of years, when your battery life drops to like 70-60%, you will be like, oof, it's like 4 or 5 hours and my battery is already relatively low. It's not too great. So under that regard, again, I have to warn you, because yeah, we have to be a bit more sustainable here. And so if you're fine, but the battery is not replaceable, and yeah, generally if these slight software problems, not the slight software, missing PEQ, and yeah, the software being not the greatest in scrolling, I think this can be recommended. I think this is a pretty good DAP, and because it's so portable, like I really like to use it in day to day. And yeah, in quite a few days, it has actually replaced my UP5, because UP5 software was more buggy, and this one is working a bit better than my UP5 overall. So yeah, I will recommend the M0 Pro, of course, I said with the caveats I mentioned before. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, you have criticisms, if you have recommendations, please leave a comment. And with this, on Spector.